Okay, in this video, I want to show Copy Builder. And Copy Builder copies builders that were created on a gem to another gem. So let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and build an under bezel. So I'm going to go to Setting and Under Bezel, and I'm going to build an under bezel on this gem. And so I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. I'm going to move it down. I want it to have an offset in just a little bit, okay, so about 0.06, just so you can't see it from the top. And I'm going to make the thickness a little bit thicker, a little bit taller, and you can see you can use all the controls over here if you want to. And maybe I want to turn on the outside profile and give this a slight dome look so it's slightly rounded. Okay, and I'll move this down just a bit. I want to make sure I see daylight in here, which I don't yet. Let's make this seat a little bit like so and move it down a bit. Okay, good enough. Okay, so there's an under bezel for that particular gem, and I'll go ahead and hit enter. I'll select Copy Builder, and then since I didn't have anything selected, it says select gems to copy builders to. So I want this gem and this gem. And then it says select which gem to copy the builder from, and that is here. So that's what that looks like when you don't have anything selected and you run that builder. So those are the two ways that that works. Now, if we try to copy this same look from a very large gem to a very small gem, there's a good chance that it'll fail. And the reason is that the thickness of this base and the seat and all these dimensions are going to overpower the space that is available for this small gem. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So if I click this, Copy Builder from here, give me the under bezel, create, and it indeed fails. Okay? So what we can do though is we can come over here. Now, if you've seen other builders, we keep the same settings of the last thing that you did in a builder, okay? And we do that on purpose so that if you're doing similar things on gems around, well, here, I'll show you. That's a little, I'm confusing myself. So if I hit under bezel, it still doesn't work because it's got the same seat length. The bottom thickness is 0.74. Well, this gem doesn't have room for that. So what you would want to do is come up here and hit reset, okay? And we reset that builder, and then I'll come over here and turn on that nice dome effect, and I'll move this in a little bit. So now what we do is we set up the parameters that we want for a smaller gem, okay? So we set it up like so. So now I can come over here, and any small gem that I want to have that same setup, I'll select those, click on Copy Builder, select this gem, say give me the under bezels, please, and there you go. Now, let's see what happens when this goes to this medium size. Okay, so we'll click these. Honestly, don't know what's going to happen. Copy Builder, let's do it from this one. Under bezel, create. Okay, so that's a bit thin. Okay, so what I would do is probably just delete these, and then I would select one of these, this one, and run the builder to edit that. So it's going to keep real world dimensions. It's going to keep the fact that this was a 0.35 thickness, and we want the seat to come down, and maybe it's a little too close or too far. I don't know. Let's take a look. I want this to be overall height down. Okay, so then that is a good bezel. and we'll go ahead and select this one and this one, and perhaps we'll do the oval as well. And so we'll click on Copy Builder from this one, give me the under bezel, create. Okay, so then as far as that goes, let's say we want a cutter. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one so that we can see how this works. Okay, so I'm going to go over to cutters, click on cutter, and you know, I may want this to be thicker here, and vertical location's fine. Right here is how thick the girdle is, and maybe I want it to be offset just a little. So there I have a nice healthy cutter for this prong. And then I'll come over here and click on Copy Builder, and then I'll pick this gem and I'll say give me the under bezel and the gem cutter. So if there's multiple items that qualify for the copy, then you can do that. And then let's go over here, and I just want the cutter on this one. Okay, so then we can go here, go to solid, Boolean, and do that. And so now I have the cuts in the prongs, and that is how Copy Builder works. Now, there might be a time, let's go ahead and throw this away. Let's go ahead and I'm going to real quick like create a gem on curve scenario. So let's go to gems, gem on curve. Let's point this down. If you haven't seen this builder yet, I've done a video on this one. As a matter of fact, it's remembering the settings from the last time I ran it. So let's do that. Okay, so now if we have, oh, I should have kept my other ones up there, but if we come over here and say under bezel, you can only pick one gem to run under bezel on, and that one was too thick, so that last setting wasn't good for what I need, so I'm going to hit reset. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to Copy Builder, select Gems to Copy Builders to. Okay, so then we pick all these, and you can region select them. All right, hit Enter, select this, and then go to Under Bezel and hit Create, and then it'll copy those all to there. All right, so that's how you handle a group of gems, and it's basically the same way, but that's how that works out. Okay, that's it.